Have you ever heard of a mystery so twisted and baffling that it leaves even the most seasoned investigators scratching their heads? A case where every clue leads to more questions, and the truth seems to slip further away with each passing day. Welcome to Crime and Mystery Cases. Today, we unravel the chilling enigma surrounding the disappearance of Michael Bennett, a case that has confounded the small town of Millfield for over a decade. It was a cool, clear evening on September 15, 2012. Michael Bennett, a 35-year-old software engineer, had just wrapped up a late-night shift at his office in downtown Millfield. Known for his meticulous nature and dedication to his work, Michael was looking forward to a quiet weekend with his family. But fate had other plans. At precisely 10:15 p.m., Michael was seen exiting his office building. He walked to his car, parked in a nearby lot, and drove off into the night. This was the last time anyone would see Michael Bennett alive. Michael was a creature of habit. He followed the same routine every day. That night, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. He was his usual self, calm and composed. When Michael failed to return home, his wife, Laura, grew increasingly worried. Calls to his phone went unanswered, and by morning, she contacted the police. A search ensued, starting with retracing Michael's steps from the previous night. Investigators found Michael's car abandoned on a quiet road just outside of town. The doors were locked, and there were no signs of a struggle. His phone and wallet were still inside, but Michael was nowhere to be found. He wouldn't just leave. Michael was devoted to his family. Something must have happened to him. As days turned into weeks, the case grew colder. Police scoured nearby woods and interviewed anyone who might have seen or heard something that night. But leads were few and far between. It was as if Michael had vanished into thin air. 1 month after Michael's disappearance, a breakthrough came in the form of an anonymous tip. The caller claimed to have seen Michael being forced into a black SUV near the abandoned car's location. This lead shifted the focus of the investigation. Detectives began looking into known criminal activities in the area, hoping to uncover connections to Michael's disappearance. Michael was a dedicated family man and a brilliant software engineer, but was there more to his life than met the eye? As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a complex web of professional and personal relationships that hinted at possible motives for foul play. Michael was working on a major project that had significant implications for cybersecurity. He mentioned receiving threats, but he always brushed them off as part of the job. Could Michael's work have made him a target? The cybersecurity firm he worked for was involved in several high-profile contracts, including sensitive government projects. The potential for industrial espionage or even state-sponsored abduction was considered. As the investigation widened, another unsettling possibility emerged. Michael's personal life revealed a strained relationship with a former business partner, Richard Harris. Their partnership had ended on bad terms, with lawsuits and accusations of betrayal. Yes, we had our differences, but I would never wish harm on Michael. He was a brilliant man, and it's tragic what's happened. Harris's alibi for the night of the disappearance checked out, but the shadow of their conflict loomed large over the investigation. In the meantime, the police explored every possible angle, interviewing friends, colleagues, and anyone who might have had contact with Michael. They uncovered a series of emails that hinted at a potential breakthrough. Michael had been communicating with a whistleblower inside a major corporation, exposing a conspiracy involving millions of dollars in fraud. This whistleblower, who went by the alias Orion, had provided Michael with sensitive information that could potentially ruin the corporation. Months turned into years, and the case of Michael Bennett grew colder. Yet his family and friends never gave up hope. They continued to search, keeping his story alive in the media and community. Then, 5 years after his disappearance, a shocking discovery reignited the case. Hikers stumbled upon human remains in a remote area of Millfield's outskirts. The remains were identified as Michael's through dental records. The discovery of Michael's body provided some answers but also raised new questions. The autopsy revealed he had died from blunt force trauma, suggesting foul play. But who was responsible and why? Finding Michael's body was a significant breakthrough, but it also highlighted the complexity of this case. We now had a homicide investigation on our hands. As detectives pieced together the final hours of Michael's life, they revisited old leads and interviewed new witnesses. The investigation revealed a possible connection to a local crime ring involved in illegal activities, including abductions and extortion. One name kept coming up, a local enforcer known as the Shadow, a figure reputed for making problems disappear. Could the Shadow be behind Michael's murder? The Shadow is real and he's feared. People disappear when they cross him. Michael might have been digging into something he shouldn't have. The search for the Shadow led investigators down a dark path of organized crime and corruption. It was a dangerous pursuit, but they were determined to uncover the truth. The police investigation also uncovered a clandestine meeting that Michael had attended just days before his disappearance. It was a secret gathering of cybersecurity experts discussing vulnerabilities in national security infrastructure. Michael had been a key speaker, and his insights had ruffled feathers. Was this meeting the catalyst for his disappearance? As the investigation continued, a former associate of the Shadow agreed to cooperate with authorities in exchange for protection. His testimony provided chilling details about Michael's final hours. Michael was taken because he had information that could expose the syndicate. They wanted to silence him. The plan was to intimidate him, but things got out of hand. The associate's testimony led to the arrest of several key members of the crime ring, including the elusive Shadow. Under pressure, the Shadow confessed to his involvement in Michael's abduction and murder. With the perpetrators brought to justice, Michael's family finally had some closure. Yet, the impact of his loss continued to reverberate through the community. We finally have answers, but it doesn't bring Michael back. We miss him every day. The case of Michael Bennett serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk in everyday life. His story is a testament to the enduring quest for justice and the resilience of those left behind. The final twist in this tale came when investigators uncovered a hidden cache of documents in Michael's home office. These documents detailed a sophisticated network of cyber threats and potential breaches that Michael had been working to prevent. His meticulous records showed he was on the brink of exposing a major security flaw that could have had catastrophic consequences if left unaddressed. This revelation painted a chilling picture. Michael's work had placed him in the crosshairs of powerful entities, willing to do anything to protect their secrets. The conspiracy was larger and more dangerous than anyone had imagined, involving not just local crime rings, but potentially international players with high stakes in keeping the truth buried. Michael's legacy lived on through his work, which ultimately led to significant advancements in cybersecurity protocols, safeguarding countless systems from similar threats. His story became a beacon for those fighting for truth and justice in the face of overwhelming odds. The investigation into Michael Bennett's case wasn't just a search for justice, but also a quest to uncover the truth behind his disappearance and subsequent murder. It involved collaboration from multiple agencies and individuals who played crucial roles in solving the mystery. Detective Sarah Johnson, the lead investigator on the case, dedicated countless hours to unraveling the complex web of clues and suspects. Her meticulous attention to detail and persistence in following up on every lead were instrumental in cracking the case wide open. We knew early on that this wasn't a typical missing person case. The circumstances surrounding Michael's disappearance pointed to foul play from the beginning, Detective Johnson recalled. It was a matter of piecing together the puzzle and finding the evidence to support our suspicions. One breakthrough came when forensic experts discovered traces of Michael's DNA on a discarded piece of clothing found near the abandoned car. This evidence linked Michael directly to the scene and strengthened the case for abduction. Forensic evidence played a crucial role in our investigation, said Dr. Emily Garcia, the forensic scientist who analyzed the DNA samples. It allowed us to establish a timeline of events and provided key insights into what might have transpired on that fateful night. We knew the Shadow was a dangerous figure in the criminal underworld, but we had no idea just how far his reach extended, Detective Johnson said. His involvement in Michael's abduction and murder was a shocking revelation that turned the case on its head. With the Shadow and his accomplices behind bars, the focus shifted to bringing them to justice and providing closure to Michael's family. The trial was a lengthy and emotionally charged affair, but ultimately, justice prevailed, and the perpetrators were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, said Laura Bennett, Michael's widow. We miss him every day, but we take comfort in knowing that his legacy lives on through his work and the impact he made on the world. In the aftermath of Michael's case, there were calls for greater awareness and protection for whistleblowers like Orion, who risked their lives to expose corruption and wrongdoing. As the years passed, Michael Bennett's story became a cautionary tale and a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep questioning the mysteries around you.